Hey friends, what's happening? Dallas Fort Worth real estate market, third week of March 21. I can't believe we're already heading into the end of March. It's insane. We're going to talk a little bit about the market, not much because it is insane out there. I am going to talk a little bit about some underhandedness taking place in the real estate market area right now, why it's happening, and just share with you some stories so that hopefully you can protect yourself as consumers. And three, I'm going to talk about the image down below and why it is so important for you to really look closely at homes, at the minute details to save money and prevent yourself from getting into an expensive contract that you're just going to get out of. Before I touch on these, I'm David Russell with the Russell team. Thank you for watching this brief video in our video series about buying, selling, and owning real estate. All right, the market smoking hot. Homes are contracting in 3 to 5 days. It's not changed. It's not going to change for most of the year. We're just going to move on from that. Chicanery, there's a lot of chicanery going on right now, folks. There's a lot of underhandedness. I'm hearing it every day. Agents doing some questionable things. Not sure if it's incompetence or if it is just manipulation to enhance their pocketbooks, if there's an ulterior motive. Not sure, not here to judge them. I'm just here to lay the facts out for you, the consumer, so you can draw your own conclusions and protect yourself. That's the number one thing for me, is to give you information so you as consumers can protect yourselves. All right, very quickly. A buyer, this house is actually under contract right now. A buyer chose to go into contract on a home without an agent, thinking that it would get them the house, that they would win in multiple offers by not having an agent, and then the seller not paying 3% to their buyer's agent. Well, they won the bid. Not sure if that's why, but they won the bid. During the process of the home, going through the loan process and, the transaction working through to close, the buyer learned that the seller's agent had put himself as the buyer's agent. So that's intermediary without appointees, which means that neither party is being represented by the agent, but the agent is getting paid twice. I know that's a dirty thing. A lot of agents don't like us to talk about that because they like to do those deals. But in this case, that's what happened. The buyer took exception to that, had to file a complaint with the broker because the listing agent pushed back very aggressively, tried to raise the price on the house, said if I'm not getting paid for this transaction for the buyer side, then the price of the house has to go up. That's really suspicious. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but there's some motive that they're trying to either keep that commission or raise the price of the house. I don't really know. But a complaint was filed with the broker. The broker came in and amended the agreement, in that the buyer is not being represented and the listing agent will not receive compensation for that side of the transaction, which means there was something that happened. The failure to disclose, the listing agent didn't inform the buyer's there was a failure to communicate in there somewhere, or the broker would not have done that. Now, so I can't speak to why the agent did that. Was it incompetence? Was it a misunderstanding? Did they have some ulterior motive? But the broker amended the agreement so that the agent would not receive commission, which indicates to me that maybe there was an ulterior motive and that it was not properly communicated. Anyway, the point is that agent tried to manipulate the price of the contract because they weren't happy that they weren't getting that commission. Y'all have to be careful as buyers. There are agents, like in any industry, there are people who will do things to manipulate a situation and take advantage of buyers or sellers. Please be careful when you're out interviewing agents. Make sure you do your due diligence and check references. If I can help you or my team can help you, please call, text, or email me. We're here to answer your questions. Now, I'm going to touch very quickly on this image below. That's water damage. Very hard to see. It's actually where the nails have gotten wet on the backside of that wood, and it's caused those nails to rust. That rust leaches into the wood and causes those black streaks. Now, upon looking at the outside of this building, it's all stone. It's a 2-story building. It's all stone, has a flat roof. Folks, flat roofs are problematic. They're very hard to maintain. If they're not done correctly, it's very expensive to replace a flat roof. And you never know where the water's coming in. It could be a leak on the roof and just following its way down the lumber and coming out right there on that spot on the wall. The reason I showed that image down below is most people wouldn't even see that. They would just walk through that room and they wouldn't look at that little minute detail. They would have gone under contract, which means they would have paid for an inspection. They would have paid for an option fee, which today some people are paying $1,000 on option fee. So, and then they might have paid for an appraisal if they did a rush on that. So they were going to be in on this house anywhere from $800 to, could have been $1,500 to terminate because of water penetration, which is based on the type of construction. It's very highly unlikely that it could have been determined exactly where that water was coming from, because water could be getting behind any of those stones. The only way to solve that, in my opinion, the correct way, would be to open up that wall, find out exactly where the water is coming from, and that's very expensive. And then the mortar between the stones won't match. It'll look like a big patch job on the front of the house. That buyer ultimately decided not to pass on that house. But other people, I think other people wrote contracts. The agent behind us took the paperwork in to submit an offer. So I don't know if it's under contract or not. I didn't look today, but my buyer passed on it because we were able to see that water damage. Take the time to go through the house, look at those minute details, look for water damage along that baseboard around the perimeter of the rooms. You'll save yourself a lot of hassle and a lot of money by not offering on a home that has water penetration that you can't easily resolve. I hope this helps. I've been rambling a little while, just passionate about these subjects, trying to save y'all money. If there's anything I can do to help you save money, call, text, or email me. I'm David Russell.